There are artists who shape reality not with tools, but with vision, who speaks not from the mind, but from somewhere else, somewhere deeper. They are the dreamers. Most of us think of dreams as fleeting experiences, strange and personal episodes that play out in the unconscious while we sleep. But for some artists, dreams are not background noise. They're not even symbolic metaphors. They are sacred material. They are real experiences, with real messages, meant to be brought back into this world in given form. Hello and welcome back, my noetic mystics. In this video, we're exploring how certain artists and entertainers use dreams, not just as inspiration, but as guides, as portals, and as contact points between the seen and the unseen. Before we begin, if you're drawn to spiritual insight, dream interpretation, and the deeper layers of reality, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell. That way, you won't miss the messages meant for you. David Lynch is best known for his films Mulholland Drive, Eraserhead, and the cult series Twin Peaks. His work is often described as surreal, strange, or even disorienting. But for Lynch, that disorientation isn't just artistic style. It's a deeper truth about reality itself. He believes that the subconscious holds an architecture of symbols and emotions far more complex than our conscious minds can handle. And it's in dreams that these symbols become visible. He once said, "The dream world and the waking world, they're not separate. They feed each other." Lynch practices transcendental meditation and speaks often about accessing the unified field, a space beyond time and language where creativity flows freely. For him, dreams aren't interpretations of the world. They are the world, just seen from a different dimension. Tori Amos, the musician and mystic, has long used dreams as part of her creative and spiritual process. Her lyrics are layered with myth, personal memory, and archetypes that often come to her in dream states. Amos describes dreams not as passive images, but as active teachers. Sometimes they are confrontational, sometimes comforting, but always revelatory. In interviews, she has shared that many of her songs begin as dream fragments, unusual imagery or emotional impressions that she captures and unravels through music. For Amos, the dream is also linked to the sacred feminine. It's the realm of the intuitive, the emotional, and the non-linear. She treats the dream as an invitation from the deeper self, a space of healing, initiation, and creative alchemy. Florence Welch, frontwoman of Florence and the Machine, is another example of an artist whose work is intimately shaped by dream states. Her music evokes otherworldly spaces, full of water, wolves, ghosts, and moonlight. These aren't just poetic choices. They're messages drawn from the emotional and symbolic terrain of the subconscious. Welch has spoken openly about writing from a place she doesn't always fully understand. Her creative process begins when she opens herself up to something larger than herself. She describes songwriting as a channeling process, receiving images and emotions that don't always make sense logically, but feel true at a deeper level. This trust in the irrational, in the feeling before the thought, is characteristic of those who work with dreams. Welch doesn't just draw from the subconscious, she listens to it. And through that, she creates art that resonates across boundaries of logic and identity. Jim Carrey's journey into spiritual awareness is well known. After years of success in Hollywood, he experienced a personal unraveling, what some might call an existential crisis, others might call awakening. What emerged from that crisis was not just a changed man, but a different worldview. Carrey began speaking publicly about the illusion of the ego, the interconnectedness of all things, and the dreamlike nature of what we call reality. In his words, "I used to believe that who I was ended at the edge of my skin. Now I know that everything is one." While Carrey doesn't always speak directly about dreams, his metaphysical perspective is deeply dreamlike in nature. He sees the world as a projection of consciousness, temporary, symbolic, and fluid. This is a perspective shared by mystics across time, many of whom have accessed these ideas not through study, but through visionary or dream experiences. While many artists and public figures sincerely explore dreams, intuition, and the unseen realms, not all who speak the language of spirit do so with integrity. There is a growing number of celebrities who position themselves as spiritual leaders, not to guide, but to gain. They use the symbols of awakening, the language of healing, and the mystique of dreams, but without true understanding or respect for these sacred practices. For fans, especially those who are searching for meaning or undergoing their own awakening, this can be dangerous. When a celebrity sells a curated version of spirituality, one built more on branding than on truth, it can lead followers into disillusionment, confusion, and even harm. Real spiritual work requires humility. It demands deep inner change. It's not a product, and it's not always comfortable. But grifters often present spirituality as an aesthetic, a lifestyle, or a shortcut to enlightenment. They promise instant transformation, high vibes only, and the illusion of control over life's mysteries, without the real work of self-awareness, responsibility, or shadow integration. This kind of false spirituality can create dependency on external figures instead of encouraging inner sovereignty, lead people to ignore real psychological or emotional needs in favor of feel-good slogans, encourage spiritual bypassing, using positive vibes to avoid necessary healing or growth, and exploit genuine seekers emotionally and financially. It's important to remember, true spiritual awakening doesn't look like perfect branding. It doesn't promise certainty, and it doesn't demand your blind loyalty. The dream world, intuition, and higher realms are real, but navigating them requires discernment, especially now, in an age where appearance often outruns authenticity. As you explore your own connection to dreams, spirit, and creativity, keep your inner compass strong. Seek guidance, but never hand over your power. Follow inspiration, but never abandon your critical thinking. The real journey begins inside you, and no celebrity, no influencer, no guru can walk it for you. Despite how profound the dream world is, how it shapes artists, how it quietly steers our deepest emotions, this isn't something we hear much about in mainstream conversations. Not in interviews, not in schools, not even in most creative circles. Why is it like that? Because in our culture, we've placed logic above intuition. We've made the intellect the sole authority on truth, while dismissing dreams as random, irrational, or untrustworthy. And so, when a well-known artist says that their inspiration came in a dream or from another dimension, it's often brushed off, or worse, ridiculed. There's also the issue of language. Dreams operate in symbols, feelings, and abstract patterns. Explaining them in the clear-cut language of waking life often strips them of their power. Many artists simply don't have the vocabulary, or the cultural permission, to talk about their creative process in mystical terms. And yet, if you look carefully, it's there. In their music, in their films, in their paintings and poetry. The dream is hiding in plain sight. Another reason this isn't openly discussed is that dream work is personal, intimate, sacred. When an artist has a dream that changes them, or shows them something they couldn't have imagined alone, it often feels like a secret meant to be expressed, not explained. They share it through their art, not through explanation. But as the collective continues to awaken, More people are beginning to understand that art is not just entertainment, it's communication from the deeper self. And dreams are one of the purest sources of that connection. The more we begin to speak about this openly, the more we give others permission to explore it too. So what does this mean for us? It suggests that creativity, and especially spiritual creativity, is not about making something out of nothing. It's about listening, tuning in, allowing the subconscious and the sacred to speak through us. Dreams offer us a different kind of knowledge, not the kind you find in textbooks or research papers, but the kind that moves through symbols, sensations, and sudden knowing. They bring us back to something ancient within ourselves. If you've ever had a dream that stayed with you long after waking, if you've ever felt that a song or a film touched something beyond words, then you've already experienced this connection. So now the question turns inward. Have you been ignoring the dreams that come to you at night? Have you felt images, places, or people in your sleep that seemed too vivid, too real to dismiss? What if your dreams aren't just stories from the subconscious, but messages from your soul? What if you've been receiving guidance all along, and just needed the right tools to understand it? Take a moment. Reflect on the last dream that stayed with you. Not the strange one you laughed off, but the one that felt like it meant something. And sometimes, the dream is more real than anything else. Your dreams have been speaking. It's time to listen. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, please like and subscribe so you don't miss more deep dives into the realm of dreams and spirituality. I also offer personalized dream interpretation services that go beyond surface-level analysis on my website, noeticmystic.com. Together, we'll uncover the spiritual guidance hidden in your dreams and help you align with the deeper wisdom trying to reach you. Links will be down in the description. Until next time, my Noetic Mystics, may your dreams illuminate the path ahead.